my friends. Again, I say hello and welcome to another episode of John's Sports Corner. And again, I will say this. I thank you so much for your support. I thank you so much for your sharing and for your subscribing. I know we do not ask you to share and we not ask you to subscribe because it's more or less the natural thing to do. When you see something that you like, it's more or less habitual now. So we do not go through that boredom of asking you to do those things. What we ask you to do, however, is to keep on watching John's Sports Corner. Thank you so much. John, again, I say welcome to this habit that you have now developed in our diaspora, John's Sports Corner.
Thank you so much, Trevor. And once again, a very good afternoon. Hello, universe. Welcome to John Sports Corner here on the SosoBone Media Network platform. And Trevor, before we march into this afternoon's sports roundup, just let me remind our viewers, our listeners, you may go to Winner Circle Sports in the SosoBone shop and purchase your choice of merchandise as listed. As you can see, I have my Winner Circle Sports Radio shirt on. And also, here is the mug.
Your Winner Circle mug.
In which goes the Great Jamaican Blue Mountain Coffee. It's available in John's in the shop, John's Sports Corner. So, guys, check it out.
Nice shirt, John. Nice shirt.
And as I tell you, you know, the month of January for my 12 tribe brethren, Naphtali is coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes to an end, 14 days later, they call it Lover's Day on February 14, Valentine's
Day.
You know, why not go into the SosoBone, the shop, to see if you can find something in the Winner Circle Sports shop, and as an unusual Valentine gift, you know, she might love it.
Well, you know, John, I'm sure the world knows by this that we are having a lot of snow in Atlanta. That is never a secret because everybody know that when 1 inch of snow drops in Atlanta, you shut down the road and everybody stay home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coffee drinking time, okay?
It's not just coffee. It's the Great Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee.
Okay.
Yes. And I think some friends of mine also in Florida having a little issue with a little chill.
Well, the iguanas are falling off the oranges.
Well, iguana said, "What's this?" You know. Anyway, let's talk some sports as usual. Start with birthdays. Yesterday, Elva Goldburn, a former Jamaica athlete, long jumper, celebrated a birthday. And they called him the Dream when he played basketball. Hakeem, the Dream Olajuwon, who was Nigerian born, but played for the U.S. in the 1996 Olympic Games, in which the U.S. basketball team won gold. Today, a very close friend of mine of years past would have celebrated a birthday. My former club captain, Delroy Mutty Scott, also celebrating a birthday today. Karen Anderson in the world of squash, and another former West Indies cricketer and out of Trinidad would have celebrated a birthday today. He played only one test match, one test innings, and scored a century in Andy Gantoum.
Oh, boy. on, on on the birthday, John, just for the sake of propriety, if I might say that, but my daughter Key, um, she had her birthday yesterday,
Mm.
and and they are the ones who manage our network. So let me say happy birthday to you, Key, and may you live to enjoy many more. And you're doing exceptionally great work running John Sports Corner platform. Thank you so much.
And thank you so much. um, I think right now the best I can probably help her with, Trevor, is maybe a bottle of ginger beer.
Okay. Sorrel.
Well, I tell you, yeah, yeah, man. Also celebrating a birthday today is Dr. Kishore Shallow, Cricket West Indies president, celebrates today. And on Saturday, Dasney Freeman, a former hurdler, celebrates her birthday. On Monday, Robbie Earl, former reggae boy, who scored Jamaica's first ever World Cup goal in 1998 against Croatia.
Okay.
Let me again extend heartiest congratulations to Paris Olympic gold medalist Roger Stoner and Paris Olympic silver medalist Shanika Ricketts, crowned Jamaica's Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year at the Pegasus Hotel last Friday. Stoner is still uncertain about his future. He is still in Florida at the 10-week camp run by the NFL International Player Pathway Program, trying to earn an NFL contract. He actually has some experience playing the American game, having participated in Arkansas's football pro day last March, also participating in mini camps with New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers last spring. Scouts at the pro day says Stoner has the skill to try. He has the skill sets actually to be either a defensive end or a tight end.
Oh,
basically,
why they
a
don't
defensive end. Basically, a defensive end does a lot of blocking and looking to destroy quarterbacks.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't think he can catch the ball, right?
some great defense. I just mentioned a couple of the great ones that I admired in the years gone by in the American football game. Michael Strahan, who played for the New York Giants and won a couple of Super Bowls. Reggie White played for the Philadelphia Eagles. Richard Dent with the Chicago Bears.
Oh, yeah.
L.C. Greenwood with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And who could forget Bubba Smith with the Baltimore Colts?
But John, you had one they call Lawrence Taylor, you know.
Well, he was a middle linebacker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a middle linebacker.
Because he's the only one. He's the only one I know who broke a quarterback's leg. That's why.
And I was watching that game.
Oh.
And I remember when that quarterback was in college, and they used to sing Joe Theismann, the Heisman, and I think he won the Heisman Trophy that year over O.J. Simpson. I think that year.
Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Trevor, the tight end does some blocking offensively, but also run passing routes. And you might remember Mark Bavaro.
Oh, yes.
With our own New York Giants Super Bowl teams a few years back, of course. And some other great tight ends of yesteryear were John Mackey with the Baltimore Colts, Ozzie Newsome with Cleveland Browns, Dave Casper, Oakland Raiders, and who could forget Kellen Winslow, who had stints with Cleveland, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Seattle, and New England.
So where does Ray Lewis fit in with the
I just didn't
Ravens?
I didn't I just wanted to name a few of
Okay.
the greats from yesteryear.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
he was
Easy.
certainly one
Yeah, easy.
with Baltimore.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Um let's jump into cricket. Cricket West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow, who I said celebrates a birthday today, is urging both Barbados and Guyana cricket boards to attend a special meeting of the board next month to discuss issues relating to governance reform. Dr. Shallow said whether they attend or not, a decision will be made on the matter. Both Barbados Cricket Board and the Guyana Cricket Board absented themselves from the December 6, 2024 meeting to vote on governance reform, causing the meeting to be adjourned for a lack of quorum.
Hmm.
The meeting was called to vote on the Webby report recommendations.
Hmm.
And that Webby report has been sitting there for some time now and has not been addressed by
So,
Cricket West Indies board.
hmm.
But I think Dr. Shalano is trying to implement some of these recommendations from that report, Trevor.
So who was the blade and who was the handle, John?
Good question. Because if Barbados and Guyana didn't attend the meeting, so they didn't have a quorum.
Right.
But Dr. Shallow is saying that the governance is going to be voted on in any case. So when they meet again, if these two boards do not attend, they still would not have a quorum to vote. I don't think I understand all that kind of politics.
With only two absenteeism named, that denies you having a quorum. That is a little bit, unless it's about history and money talks.
Well, there are 6 territories,
Mm-hmm.
so 4 attend the meeting, but 2 don't.
Mm-hmm.
So, I suppose they have to be, all territories have to be present in order to have a quorum. I'm not sure how the Cricket West Indies setup is in terms of that aspect.
Okay.
Anyway, West Indies women opened their one-day series against Bangladesh with a 9-wicket win at Warner Park in St. Kitts. Bangladesh women 198 for 9 from 50 overs. Sharmin Akhtar 42, Murshida Ketan 40, Deandra Dutton 3 for 40 from 10 overs. Haley Matthews 2 for 41 from 10, and Elia Aline 2 for 25 from 5 overs. West Indies women 202 for 1 from 31.4 overs. Haley Matthews 104 not out. Kiana Joseph 70. Different story in game 2 yesterday, as Bangladesh defeated West Indies by 60 runs. Bangladesh women 184 in 18.5 overs. Niga Sultana 68. Karishma Ramharak 4 for 33 from 10 overs. Elia Aline 3 for 24 from 5.5. West Indies women 124 in 35 overs. Tremaine Campbell top scored with 28. Nahida Akhtar 3 for 31 from 10. Rebecca Khan 2 for 19 from 8. And Fahima Keaton 2 for 17 from 5 overs. Zeta James actually replaced Shabika Ghaznabi for game 2. And West Indies under 19 women opened their World Cup bid with a 9-wicket loss to India women. West Indies shut out for 44 in 13.2 overs. 5 of our young ladies failed to trouble the scoreboard.
Wow.
While Kanika Kassar with 15 was the top scorer. India, 47 for 1 from 4.2 overs.
Oh, strike rate was high. Ooh.
Our under 19 women also went down to defeat by 81 runs to Sri Lanka women in the second game. Sri Lanka women, under 19, 166 for 5 from 50 overs. Manude Nanayakara, 41. Selena Ross, 2 for 25 from 4 overs. West Indies under 19 women, 85 in 19.4 overs. Samara Ramnath, 24 top scorer. Shamodi Prabodhi, 3 for 16 from 4 overs. Limansa Tilakaratna, 2 for 7 from 3.4 overs. Next up for under 19 women is the host, Malaysia. Hopefully we can win a game, Trevor.
Yes.
Anyway, let me just update some of the scores so far in the under 19 ICC World Championship. A Duckworth Lewis win for South Africa under 19 over Nigeria's under 19. South Africa 49 for 2 in 8 overs. Nigeria asked to get 66 from 8 overs, managed only 24 for 8 from their 8 overs. Also, a Duckworth Lewis win for Ireland over Pakistan women. Ireland 69 for 5 in 9 overs. Pakistan asked to get 73 from 9 overs, reached 59 for 7 from their 9. Trevor, I'll repeat, I am not a fan of this Duckworth Lewis method used in white ball cricket. Let's go hypothetical. If Team A scores 70 from 8 overs, why ask Team B to score 85 from the same 8 overs?
Right.
I may give the Duckworth Lewis method a pass in a case where, let's say, Team A scored 140 from 10 overs and rain prevented the reply by Team B to bat 20 overs. When play was able to resume, Team B would have to face 12 overs.
Right.
Then I would say the calculation on what Team B has to score, okay. But then also, if the 12th over of Team B had 85 runs on the board, why not then ask Team B to only bat 12 overs to get those 85 runs? I never understood this mathematical calculation that they used for Duckworth Lewis, this Duckworth Lewis method.
They don't go
But
into,
again,
and
as I would,
they don't go into overtime.
no, unless the scores are tied at the end of each 20 over, then they will play a super over, which is just 1 over each team, and whoever scored the most runs win the match.
Okay.
But some other scores in the women's under 19 World Championship: Australia by 83 runs over Nepal. Women, Australia 139 for 6 from 20. Nepal women 56 for 8 from their 20. South Africa women by 10 wickets over Samoa under 19 women. Samoa women 16 from 9.1 overs. South Africa 17 without loss from 1.4 overs. In that match, Trevor, top score was 6, but that was extras for the Samoa win. England by 6 wickets over Pakistan women. Pakistan women 66 in 18.5 overs. England women 67 for 4 in 9.2 overs. Scotland women by 1 wicket over Nepal women. Nepal 73 in 18.5 overs. Scotland women 74 for 9 in 18.4 overs. But here's an interesting result. Nigeria women by 2 runs over New Zealand women.
Wow.
Nigeria women 65 for 6 again in 13 overs, Duckworth Lewis. New Zealand women 63 for 6 from 13 overs. And the USA women by 9 wickets over Ireland women. Ireland women 75 in 17.4 overs. USA women 79 for 1 in 9.4 overs. Let's go over to Eden Gardens in India. We are India by 7 wickets over England in the first of 5 2020s earlier today. England 132 from 20 overs. Josh Butler 68. Varun Sharathvati 3 for 23 from 4 overs. While Arshdeep Singh, Hardik Pandya, and Akshar Patel picked up 2 wickets apiece. India 133 for 3 from 12.5 overs. Abhishek Sharma, 79. Jofra Archer, 2 for 21 from 4 overs. Game 2 on Saturday in Chennai. In Abu Dhabi International T20 League, Abu Dhabi Knight Riders by 17 runs over the Gulf Giants. Abu Dhabi, 176 for 9 from 20 overs. Kyle Mayers, 19. Jason Holder, 16. Andre Rosagard, 12. Ayan Afzal Khan, 4 for 16 from 4 overs. The Giants, 139 for 8 from 20 overs. Jason Holder, 2 for 25 from 4 overs. Sunil Narayan, 1 for 25 from 4.
Mm.
You probably like this one, Trevor.
Mm.
The England and Wales Cricket Board have said no to English politicians who want England to boycott next month's Champions Trophy game against Afghanistan in response to the Taliban regime assault on women's rights. Female participation in sport has effectively been outlawed since the Taliban returned to power in 2021. But it's interesting, I think, how politicians seem always to want to use athletes and sports to make their political points. And when it's all said and done, it doesn't seem as if anything really changes. Remember in 1980, the US boycotted Moscow Olympics because of the Russian invasion of Afghanistan in 1979.
Mhm.
Then in the 1984, the following Olympic Games, Russia and some of the Eastern Bloc countries boycotted the Los Angeles Games because the US boycotted Moscow in 1980.
Tit for tat.
And the only people who really get hurt are the athletes
Definitely.
who spend hours preparing for this 4-year event.
Yes.
And it may be their best and last chance to win an Olympic medal.
Oh, yes.
And the politicians say we're going to boycott, the country is going to boycott. I can't think of anything, Trevor, that can replace an Olympic medal.
Oh.
Anyway, following the 5-test series loss to Australia, again, the Board of Control for Cricket in England, again, getting ready to implement, we mentioned that last week, stricter protocols, and we will talk some more about that next week's report, because there are some additional things that have been put on the table.
Okay. Okay.
Moving on to track and field, World Athletics Continental Tour Gold calendar is out. There'll be 13 meetings over 5 continents starting March 29th in Australia with the Moree Plant meet and ending September 7th with the World Athletics Continental Tour in Beijing, China. World Athletics Continental Tour has 4 levels: gold, silver, bronze, and challenger. The status of each meeting is determined by the quality of competition and prize money offered. Kerry McLeod, getting ready for the 2025 season, says he's making a return to long jump, triple jump, double. Throughout 2024, he competed exclusively in the long jump. However, in 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, he competed in both events for Jamaica. His personal best in the long jump is 8.40 meters. Personal best in the triple jump is 17.71 meters. On to the other field of green in football, soccer. For those of you who might be thinking football is the one that they run with their hand, but this is the one we play with our feet. Don't know if you'd like to call it breaking or even good news, but former Manchester United star Mason Greenwood is now eligible to play for Jamaica.
Oh.
The England
How did that come about, John?
The England Football Association made it clear that he would never be considered for national selection following a suspension due to charges of rape, assault occasioning actual bodily harm, and controlling and coercive behavior 3 years ago. And that is despite the charges being dropped by the Crown Prosecution Service and Greenwood resuming his career. He actually played for England, but as an under 19, under 21 rather. And because he played as an under 21, he is eligible to change allegiance according to FIFA rules.
Okay, could you get a little
So
pardon?
because he is not able to, he knows England is not going to select him again, we could very well see him in the Reggae Boy squad when World Cup qualifiers begin. But Trevor, won't it be interesting if Jamaica qualifies for the next World Cup
And plays England?
and we draw England in our zone?
Well, you know, if he comes to Jamaica, the Governor General can give him a little pardon, you know, John, because pardon is in the air.
Well,
Pardon me.
pardon me. Anyway, he's now only 23, you know, Trevor, and he currently plays for Marseille in the French League One. Moving on to Jamaica football and the Jamaica Premier League results from the weekend. Humble Lion 1-0 over Chapelton Maroons. Tivoli 2-0 over Dunby Holding. Waterhouse 3-0 over Vere United. Portmore 4-0 over Harbourview. Mount Pleasant 2-0 over Arnett Gardens. That was a big game. Montego Bay United 2-0 over Malines United. And Cavalier and Racing played to a 1-1 draw. In English Premiership, on the weekend, Bournemouth 4-1 over Newcastle, Liverpool 2-0 over Brentford, Fulham 2-0 over Leicester City, Crystal Palace 2-0 over West Ham, Arsenal and Aston Villa in a 2-2 stalemate, Everton 3-2 over Tottenham Hotspurs, Brighton and Hove destroying Manchester United 3-1. And that led coach Ruben Amorim, their new coach, calling United team probably the worst in the 147-year history of the club. And this loss to Brighton was their 4th loss in 5 home games. Now, you know you win home games, Trevor. So when you lose your home game, you know you're in trouble.
You're in trouble. God, that home cooking
Big trouble. Nottingham 3-2 over Southampton, Manchester City 6-0 over Ipswich, and Chelsea 3-1 over Wolverhampton Wanderers. I also have some Champions League scores. Monaco 1-0 over Aston Villa, Atletico Madrid 2-1 over Bayern Leverkusen, Barcelona 5-4 over Benfica. That was I was watching that game, Trevor.
Mhm.
Benfica was leading 4-1 with about 12 minutes to go in the game. And I guess without the Black Panther of Mozambique in that side anymore, they
Oh,
lost 5-4. Can you imagine?
what did
Leading
what did
4-1.
Dusky do for Barcelona then?
I didn't check the goal scorers.
No.
But he scored two actually.
Okay, well,
Lewandowski, yeah, he scored two.
If there's a comeback
Mm,
with 12 minutes to go,
mm.
I'm figuring that he must have played a vital role in it. That's what
Trevor,
that it
came
just
on 12 minutes ago. You were leading 4-1.
yeah.
Eh?
Yeah,
Even if two of your players get red carded and I pack my defense, everybody playing defense, you
well,
don't beat me 4-1, Trevor.
you
You
know,
beat me 5-4.
what
Eh?
I mean, maybe some of the players, came off because they wanted to protect them boot.
Well, anyway, Bologna 2-1 over Borussia Dortmund. Juventus and Club Brugge in a 0-0 stalemate. Liverpool 2-1 over Lille. PSV, Paris and PSV 3-2 over Red Star Belgrade. And football has lost one of its greats of yesteryear with the passing of Dennis Law.
Oh,
Last week, the Scottish international played for both Manchester United and Manchester City and remains the only Scottish player to have won the Ballon d'Or, doing so in 1964. Let's travel across the Caribbean as in the Trinidad and Tobago Premier League, defense 4-3 zip over Central. Port of Spain, 2-0 over Miscellaneous Police. Caledonia 1-0 over Point 14, and Club Sando 2-0 over FC Phoenix. You remember St. Benedict's College would learn their fate today, Trevor. You may recall a couple of weeks past, we did a story in which St. Benedict's lost their high school title because of using Daryl
I- I-
Garcia, who was deemed
inel-
ineligible
ineligible. Yeah.
in 4 games. St. Benedict's challenged the ruling, and the matter went to the SSFL Appeals Committee, which upheld the original decision.
Mm.
So St. Benedict's took their appeal to the SSFL Arbitration Committee,
Mhm.
whose decision will be final, and they were expecting a decision to come down today. So hopefully, maybe by tomorrow, we will see what that decision is.
You know, you
If
know,
St. Benedict's will be put back
yeah,
as the champions.
yeah, John, that is why when earlier we spoke about the fact that this young man in England will never play for England again. And it sort of popped in like, so is there any place for an appeal? You know? Granted that, appealing seems to be the name of the game when it comes to actions that raise a discussion,
Yeah.
you know? So it sort of popped into my head that maybe King Charles could pardon him, John.
Yeah. Now I pardon, but England not going to select him. And it's just like that.
I mean, remember what that when they tried some stuff and Portia Simpson Miller to put on big boy pants and tell him so and so you go.
And tell them, well, Chris Gayle has to play.
That's case has to play.
And look what since then, what he has done, for cricket.
Yeah, for cricket.
Yeah. Anyway, Trevor, there are 3 new faces in the Trinidad and Tobago Red Force squad for their opening Cricket West Indies 4-day championship game against the combined campuses and colleges at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. And they are all-rounder Andrew Rambaran, fast bowler Aiden Racha, and wicket-keeper Antonio Gomez, Also selected is fast bowler Justin Manick, who had actually one game with the Red Force in 2023. And the rest of the squad is Brian Charles, captain, in the absence of Joshua De Silva, who is on West Indies duty now. Tari Pierre, vice captain. Vikash Mohan, Cephas Cooper, Jit Gooley, Jason Mohammed, Tian Webster, Yannick Carrier, and Joshua James. Barbados Royals have also named their squad for the opening game against the Guyana Harpy Eagles. And it is Raymond Reefer, captain, Lanika Boucher, Jonathan Drakes, Matthew Ford, Shaim Holder, Shamar Holder, Matthew Jones, Javed Leacock, Jer McAllister, Zachary McCaskey, Demetrius Richards, Ramon Simmons, and Kevin Wickham. The Guyana Harpy Eagle squad is Kemal Saber, captain, Matthew Nandu, vice captain, Tajnarain Shanda Paul, Raymond Perez, Kevlon Anderson, Ronaldo Ali Mohammed, Junior Sinclair, Veersami Permol, Anthony Adams, Neil Smith, Issa Thorne, Richie Lupnath, and Thaddeus Lovell. 2016 Olympic silver medalist Christiana Williams, now bobsledder, has teamed up with Austria's Katrin Beer to finish 8th in the two-woman bobsled in the IBSF World Championship in Innsbruck on Sunday. She made an impressive debut as a break woman, helping the duo to achieve the 4th and 5th fastest start times of the event. Of course, you know, Miss Baird is a local hero and 2021 overall World Championship winner. Asked to choose between summer and winter sport, Christiana says winter sport is way harder than summer sport. It is also way colder, I might say. Anyway, Trevor, Trinidad and Tobago's four-man bobsleigh team is also in Innsbruck, and the quartet of Axel Brown, Xavier Williams, DeAndre John, and Shaquille John clocked 51.5 seconds to come up just short of qualifying among the top 20 advancing teams. They placed 24th in the event. And moving on to college football, congratulations, I should say, to Ohio State, the winners of college football championships, defeating Notre Dame 34-23. Maybe if Notre Dame had a little more time, they would have made a miracle comeback because they were something like 34-7 down at one point, Trevor, and really played some terrific football in that second half and fourth quarter. Quinshon Judkins, 11 carries for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns for Ohio State, while Jaden Greenhouse had 6 receptions for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm sorry.
Okay. Those are the Huskies, right?
Ohio State? No.
The teams I really miss, you know, John, is Crimson Tide. Oh man.
Yeah.
Alabama and Oklahoma. Those three, you know, those are the
Alabama, the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, those are the glory days.
And the Georgia.
Yeah, Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs.
Yeah, Bulldogs in the South, but the Crimson Tide used to be a regular.
Alabama, yeah.
And they came at you.
Well, you know,
I mean, they came at you in waves.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes the tides change and then
Yes.
it flows back. It flows back to where it was.
Yeah, because that was in the 80s and
You know.
coming up in the 90s, they were top
Yeah.
dogs, you know,
hmm
you know. And
Um. Let's close with some cricket history, Trevor. And on this day in 1990, a first Test century by Pakistan Wasim Akram against Australia at the Adelaide Cricket Ground. He came to the wicket with Pakistan 90 for 5 in their second innings
whoa.
and still 84 runs adrift
Mm.
of the Australian score. But he mastered a glorious 123 while sharing in a 191 run partnership with
Wow.
his captain Imran Khan to save the match.
Oh.
And just thought I should touch on another piece of cricket history that took place January 23rd, 1971.
Mm.
That is the birth of Adam Parori, who
Uh,
made his test debut at 19 for New Zealand
mm.
and was the first Maori to score a test 100
Aye.
when he made an even century against West Indies at Christchurch. Now, Maoris are indigenous Polynesian people of mainland New Zealand.
Yes.
And that's where I draw stumps on John Sports Corner this Wednesday afternoon on the SosoBone Media Network. But remember, folks, to go to the Winner Circle store in the SosoBone shop. Here is the cup. You can fill it with the Great Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee. And of course, the t-shirts are there.
Oh, yes. Nice.
So you can go to the shop and you get t-shirts, you get mugs, you get sorrel, and again the Great Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee. There are backpacks there, for your choosing. You go there and find something. And I say, February 14th is coming up. You could very well find an unusual gift other than chocolate and flowers.
Aye. Well, let me say thank you, John, for an excellent update. I'm sure your viewers will be pleased that you, at least, with all the snow you seem to be having in New York and the snow that we seem to be having south of Georgia, John, you know, and, and I would not invite you to take a look at the Highway 75 in Georgia because
Mm,
tractor trailers are backed up for miles, John.
hmm.
And that is a part of their sports on the road this evening. Thank you so much, John, for this coverage. Thank you on behalf of our viewers and on behalf of our followers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Trevor, again for inviting me to be a part of the SosoBone Media Network. See you next week, Wednesday, guys.
Thank you.